It's Aisling Smith-Vance back here again with our NLP Global Summit speaker interviews. And today I am so excited to be joined by one of my favorites, Suzie Bowers, who is an amazing hypnotherapist. She's an amazing coach. She's an amazing business strategist, and we go way back. We're in a best-selling co-authors together, aren't we, Suzie?
Yes, we are. Woohoo! That was fun.
It's so good to have you here, and thank you for joining us at the NLP Global Summit.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm so excited. We finally have had a chance to talk one-on-one with each other. So this is really exciting for me. And to think that we're actually in different days right now. You're in Saturday and I'm still in Friday. It just blows my mind. How cool is technology? Woo!
No, the world is amazing, and it's so small. It's just become so small and so accessible, hasn't it? And that's
what a blessing, though.
It is, and it's why we can run a summit to this scale with people. People are flocking in. We've got almost 2,000 registrants now, and we're hoping to keep going by the time we kick off in 10 days time. But it is the NLP Global Summit because we've got speakers from all over the world. We've got attendees from all over the world, all coming together in this wonderful NLP community to learn, to grow, to expand, and to engage our unconscious minds into developing more awareness in this field. So exciting. So
absolutely.
I will stop talking and I will start asking questions because I'm just dying for you to share a little bit about yourself so that all of our members and those who are watching this and listening can know who you are and how you got your start with NLP.
Oh, thank you for asking me that. And one of the things that's really important is when you make a connection like we do, because we're both Libra sisters. We just found out. Our birthdays are really close together, which is totally cool. So how did I get started? Wow, you have to go back to like the horse and buggy days for that question. I'm kidding. I've been doing the hypnotherapy, and NLP was part of my hypnotherapy program since 1995. So it's been 26 years this month. I actually, believe it or not, got certified on my birthday, September 29th. So now that you all know when my birthday is, send the presents, okay? Send the gifts. Anyway, so truthfully, though, I didn't start using NLP then. That's not when it happened for me. So I was kind of entrepreneurial at a very young age. And I decided at 18, I would get my real estate license. So I jumped into the real estate world, which was kind of an obvious fit because my mother was in real estate. And I got my sales license and I was just full of it. I'm going to go conquer the world. I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm going to be the go-to real estate agent. And then I got out there. OMG. It was, you want to go find out what you're really made of, go get a sales job. So, the truth is we're all in sales no matter what we're doing, but obviously real estate sales, it was it's a big purchase. It's a big sale for people. It's a very important thing in their life. So, and I was very young, I was very young, but I learned in that process, what helped me get through that was I started studying with coaches. So I'm a big fan of mentorship. That's really what changed it for me. But one of my very first mentors, I did the Tony Robbins program, Personal Power. And we all know him as like the NLP guy, right? He doesn't say that or market himself that way, but that's how he helps people make rapid change. Mm-hmm. And he's very, very good at it. But in his Personal Power program, we talked about building a connection with people. And, what most of us don't understand is that we're all living in our own little universe, right? In our minds, we're having our own unique little experience. And we think everyone else just knows what we're thinking and what we need. But that's not really true because everybody's in their own little universe. And when I learned these NLP skills to make the connection, even on the phone, I became very good at doing this on the phone when people would call in to ask, for a price or something. And I got really good at making that connection with them. And what I learned and discovered was how beautiful people are. Instead of me trying to worry about how I feel and what I think, I got to find out about them. I became very curious about what their experience was, what they were feeling and what was important to them. And I learned, oh, it was so amazing. Just using applying these NLP tools, I was able to help more people. And that's really what it's all about, right? Mm-hmm. It's about, and so we're all familiar with the golden rule, right? You've all heard it. It's a world concept.
Maybe share it for anybody who hasn't yet heard it.
Okay, so the golden rule: do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Well, with NLP, that doesn't become any more plain and simple. It just makes it so the tools are just an easy application to make that happen. Because when you take the time to understand where someone else is coming from, how they're feeling and how they're processing in their universe, you're really serving them.
Yeah.
And you're treating them in a way that's respectful and loving and kind, which is what we want too, right? So what I see so much of today is people not being kind, being very impatient, and it's, all about me, instead of seeking to understand that everyone's having their own experience, and we don't know what that is until we start asking some good questions. So I think it's the closest thing in our universe to really serving others. And it's been very impactful for me. And not only that, it helped me a lot because it helped me to break through some barriers that I was having as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow, so scruffily. I'll take a drink of water.
That's okay.
But using the power of your imagination is.
It's deep stuff you're talking to here, and it is so true. So you were able to utilize NLP to apply it in your real estate business first and foremost.
Yes.
Amazing. And when did you take the leap into just running it as your core business then?
Well, I loved real estate and I still do. It's something that's always in your blood. But in 1994, I had a bad accident. I fell off my horse. One of my horses, she was crazy. Anyway, I hurt myself. And the only thing that really helped me was hypnotherapy. So that's when I started to get into that, actually more like completely dove in to using hypnotherapy, which is a way that we can use our mind to heal ourselves and whatnot. And NLP is a part of that. Mm-hmm. And hypnotherapy is a part of NLP. I mean, it's just whatever umbrella you're under, they come together.
They do.
They come together in a really good way. And so I started in 1995. I founded California Hypnosis Center and Academy here in Stockton, California, where I'm right now. And I've been working with people ever since. So I started to bring the NLP. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest with you. There were some tools I just knew naturally that were just helping me, and I didn't realize it. But then I started to take some courses and learn some other things. I'm like, wait a minute, I know this stuff. But it helped me take a deeper dive so I could add more skills and tools into helping my hypnotherapy clients and coaching clients. It's been beautiful. So one of the things I love it. Go ahead. One of the things I wanted to share was what NLP is, because most people don't really understand it.
True.
So it stands for neuro-linguistic programming. So today we're more familiar with neuroscience and neuroplasticity because we hear those words more than we did 20 years ago. But neuro, your mind, your brain, and linguistic, language. So if I was going to come visit you, Ash, there in Australia, even though I'm here in America, we all speak the same language, but do we really? But if you're going to go visit a country, you want to learn the language, right? You want to go learn the language so you can communicate, you can get fully immersed into the culture, because even though we speak the same language, we have other ways of saying things. And so if I'm going to go to France or Mexico or whatever, I'm going to want to learn some of the language so that I can communicate what my needs are and immerse myself into the culture. So that's what neuro-linguistic programming does, except it does it on such a deep, personal, individual way.
Yeah.
And that's what I really, really love about it. So when you learn that language, you can benefit yourself, you can benefit your family, you can use it in your business, you can use it in where your workplace is and create a tremendously positive and team environment. So it's just amazing. Anyway,
Yes,
I'll
it's
get
so
off my
true.
soapbox.
No, I love it. And thank you for sharing it. Actually, you're the first of our speakers to share that, because, you know, we have a varied audience here at the NLP Global Summit. We have some people attending who have never studied NLP before, who've never heard of it, and they're coming along with friends. We have people who are NLP practitioners. We have people who are master practitioners, who are trainers, who are master trainers of NLP. And some people who studied NLP 100 years ago and haven't applied it, and they're looking to, they're looking to reinvigorate it. And this is a wonderful opportunity for them to do that. And, you know, sometimes the fundamentals we do forget, Suzie. So thank you for sharing. So, okay, so let's get down to business. Let's talk about what you're presenting. What are our members going to learn from your presentation at the NLP Global Summit, Suzie?
Well, my hope is, and my plan, so my intention is to share not only some tools and tips that will help you, whoever you are, whatever level you are. I mean, even if you're coming for business stuff, which I am going to talk about. So basically, I'm going to break this down into two different sections. One is going to be more personal. You know, what can you do in your personal life with this? And what are some mind shifts? I'm really excited about this, because usually I'm talking about business strategy and marketing and that kind of stuff, which I'll talk a little bit about as well. But now I get to kind of come in and talk a little bit about mind shift and how we can shift the way we look at things so that we can be more engaged with the people around us and in our lives, and to make a connection that can change everything for you. So if you're struggling with your spouse or a child or a coworker, NLP can help shift your mindset so that you get out of victim mode and you get into curious mode, trying to understand, seeking to understand instead of seeking to be understood, which most of us are, because we're in our own universe, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We all are. But now you can stop and go, well, I'm in my own universe, but wonder what her universe is like.
Just having an understanding, Suzie, right? That's such a big thing. Some people think we're all living in the same universe. We're absolutely not.
No. And that's based on a lot of things. So I'll dig into that a little bit more and talk more about how our mind works. And so give an example. You know, this happens a lot here. I don't know what it's like in Australia, but, you know, you see road rage here a lot. And right now we're having some very hot weather. And so it seems like everybody's a little edgier more than usual. Like, you know, someone pulls in front of you. And what happens? What's your reaction? Oh, you asshole, you know, you're honking your horn. And I've seen people flipping people off and stuff. And I'm like, wow, you know. So why are you so angry? Why are you so upset? First of all, that person didn't do that to you. You know, it's getting out of that victim mindset. Yeah. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit, and how instead you could just go back into observer mode and say, you know, that person maybe just got really bad news. Yeah. Or maybe, you know,
be rushing to the hospital.
Someone just died.
That's right.
We just don't know. And that's the difference between being in your own universe and then using your NLP tools to seek understanding and be curious. So we're talking a little bit about that. And the reason why is because when you're in that space, you're happier. You can stay in your joy, in your blissful space, no matter what people are doing around you. You just look at them and you send them love and light, and you don't make it about you.
I call it my zen.
So that's you call it what?
My zen.
Yes.
In my zen. Yeah. And I think it's a really important place to apply it is in the car.
Yes, because for whatever reason, we get in the car and we become somebody else.
Oh my God. You know, because obviously I'm Irish and I live in Australia. So Irish people, now, while you might get a bit of a honk here and there, people in Ireland are lovely on the roads. Like, they're so friendly. Driving along, everybody's waving at everyone. Like, our road etiquette in Ireland is fantastic. Now, I haven't lived there for 15 years, but from what I remember, and whenever I visit, it's always really lovely. Very nice people are lovely. And I came to Australia which is, people regard the Aussies as very laid back, very relaxed as a general. I suppose if you're generalizing, to use an NLP term, a nation of people that they're relaxed and they're laid back and they're, very chill, except when they get behind the wheel of a car, because because they turn into monsters. And coming from Ireland, I couldn't believe it, because because it's so different to their personas. And a lot of work that I do with people is hypnosis for driving, and because a lot of people who have a fear of driving here in Australia because people are so abusive on the roads. So
it's like a little anxiety.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So
yeah, it happens
love
here
it. I think
too.
that's going to be so helpful, just from a personal perspective, because we need to remember these things, even as practitioners. We can sometimes forget ourselves and go to that place. And
yes, for sure. But the whole goal is you're not going to be perfect, right? None of us are perfect. We're going to have moments where we are angry or whatever, someone offends us. But the thing is, the goal here is that as you learn these tools and you change and shift your way of thinking, you're going to go to that place a lot less often. Yeah. So being more peaceful and joyful in your life overall. And guess what happens when you're peaceful and joyful in your life? That radiates from you out to all of your family, your friends, your environment, and everybody's uplifted. So it's really a gift, not only you give yourself, but to everyone around you. And that's a beautiful thing. So that's the first part. The second part, I'm going to shift into marketing, how to use NLP to work with your clients, how to attract clients using it, because I have my 6-figure success system program that I coach other practitioners, coaches, hypnotherapists to build a successful business. And so we'll talk about how you can use that in a practical way in your business, even if you're not a hypnotherapist or coach, but let's say you work in a bank. I mean, what a huge difference that can make as you're working with customers, or let's say you're helping them pick out a loan for their house, or maybe you even work at a bicycle shop. It doesn't really matter. When you know how to connect with people in that way, it's like you're really raising, this will sound crazy and a little lofty, but you're literally raising the vibration of the planet. And the reason why is when you make that connection and those people in front of you are being heard, they know that you're hearing them, you're connecting your heart and heart. And you're doing that through those NLP tools, building that rapport, figuring out how they communicate, or, the different modalities, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Are they touchy-feely? Are they visual? Do you need to show them whatever you're showing them and write it down so that they can see it? Or do you need to say it a different way? And when you figure that out, it's like this whole world just opens up, and these people are like, oh my gosh, and they'll tell you everything. Yeah. they'll invite you over for dinner.
Well, that's a thing, and I think that's the rapport building, isn't it? And just that ability to see and hear people and to understand and get out of your own head. And we won't talk anymore because we don't want to give it all away, right? But it's going to be a very, very exciting presentation.
Oh, there's so much.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
So much more.
Thank you for sharing.
As you can tell, I'm not shy on talking.
No, well, it's it's just a testament for people to visit and to come to the summit, so that if you're watching this and you're wondering what presentations we need to check out, Suzie is one of our keynote presenters on day one. And so after Fran will be kicking off the proceedings on day one, and then Suzie is following up Fran live. And so for anybody who has a VIP ticket, you're going to be able to ask Suzie questions in the Q&A afterwards, and join us in the lounge where we'll be talking about and going through all of the presentations of the day and discussing them. So that's pretty exciting, and thank you for giving up your time to do that. Now, if you don't mind me asking, Suzie,
I can't wait to see you guys. Come join us.
It's going to be great to hang out in the lounge. Why was it important for you to be a part of the NLP Global Summit, Suzie?
Oh, wow. It was just really a no-brainer for me. And the reason why, first of all, I think you and Fran are doing amazing work in bringing this out to the world. You're bringing in amazing speakers and trainers from all over the world that have, I mean, I think I kind of added it in my head. I'm not very good at math, so don't get too serious about it, but I'm thinking like 900 years together combined experience we have in personal development, this whole group. And these are some of the most amazing trainers in the world. And and I know you have 2,000 people already signed up. If just one of those people gets any of this, like something positive, some gold nugget sinks into their mind that changes their life, then we've done our job. Yay. And so I'm just really excited and honored to be a part of being able to share this so that, because people are hurting out there, the world's a different place just in the last 2 years. And there's a lot of things that have changed and people are uncertain about things. This is a way to get their confidence back and to give them that certainty again. And so I'm so just thrilled and honored to be a part of it and to be able to share anything that will help educate, give something that would change someone's life. What a treat. What a gift. So here's to you. Whoosh, you and Fran.
Thank you. We are so glad. And, you ran your own hypnotherapy summit this year, and we were so grateful to be a part of that because while we run the Institute of Empowered Psychology, we train people in hypnotherapy as well as NLP. And we love the work that you're doing over there. And hopefully we'll be all be able to be at a live summit someday soon. Hopefully.
Yes, that would be great.
What would you say, having run a summit and having been on this side of the fence where you're running it, what would you say to anybody who is thinking about registering and joining us at the NLP Global Summit?
Oh, you do not want to miss this. That's what I'm thinking. If you're thinking about joining the summit, do it. First of all, this is a chance in a lifetime. This particular summit is a chance in a lifetime. Like I just said before, we've got presenters that they're not just presenters. These are people that have changed people's lives for decades coming on board here. Some of the most not only successful, but impactful speakers in the world right now in this generation. And for you guys bringing these people together is amazing. This can change anyone's life. It doesn't matter if you're actually a coach or anything like that. Like I said, you could be working at a bank, a bicycle shop, a hamburger store. You could be a homemaker and help your children with these tools and skills. You're going to learn so much. You can apply it however you want to apply it. And every speaker has a different experience. I mean, they have a different experience. They have a different niche that they're working in. So it's just going to cover the gamut. It's great. I highly recommend not only that you come join it. It is free, but you don't want to $47. Are you kidding me? You'd be paying thousands of dollars for this, thousands of dollars. So for the VIP upgrade, so you get a chance to get the recordings all year and then be a part of our lounge. I like the way you said that. You don't want to miss this. You want to come join the lounge, then where we can all get together and talk and ask questions and connect and make that connection.
It's about the connection. It is. And if you're really serious about this field, that's where you're at. You're hanging out with people. You're the sum of the 5 people you spend your most time with, right? So if you're coming to the summit for 3 days and you're in the lounge hanging out with experts in the field, something's going to rub off. You're going to leave that lounge feeling a little bit different than you did when you joined it.
And something I was just telling my coaching students in my system, I was just sharing this. Do you realize that right now there's about 100 days, 100 plus a little bit more, because then here the Christmas and the holidays all start. Excuse me. So 100 days left of this year.
Oh my God.
Think about that.
Oh my.
What could you accomplish in the next 90 days?
Yeah.
And by attending this summit, you're going to have the tools to make it happen.
Yeah.
To make that shift and make it happen. So you'll get new ideas, possible new pathways for yourself, tools you can add to what you're already doing, but to end 2022 with a bang. Let's make it the best year ever.
That's it. Thank you. Well, that is a fantastic closing statement, Suzie. However, I do have one more question. What is your
Oh
favorite
no,
NLP
your
tool?
time's up. That's it.
Share
I'm
with
all out
our
of answers.
share with
Well, I
our
think
yeah. What's your favorite NLP tool or technique? As we
you kind of snuck that one in there. Well, I have a couple. I have a
don't we
couple
all?
tools that I really are my favorite. But the first one is the one I've been talking about the most here, and that is learning how to gain rapport with somebody and making the connection. Because if you don't have that, I learned this in real estate too from my broker. You know, if you don't have the connection, you don't have anything. So the other tools are great and they're impactful and powerful, but they're not going to be there until you have the rapport, until you get the connection with somebody and you really show, you really get in their universe and find out their linguistic, their language, the culture that's going on in their head. So that is my favorite. And that's the one that's helped me the most. So along with that are, the things that go with that, mirroring, matching, and things like that. I'm not going to get into right now. But also I love the power of the imagination. And it is amazing what we can do when we use our imagination, because our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference and our superconscious mind doesn't know the difference. This is the beginning of creation. And so not only can you change things from the past that you didn't like into something better, you can now start forming the creation of what you want next, and it will happen. And so that's one of my other favorite tools and the different ways we use that using NLP.
Amazing. That's I just, I love it so much hearing from all of the speakers what their favorite tool. Like nobody can choose one, but they're like, oh, if I had to choose one, it would be. But the first time we've had rapport, and it's so funny because in our NLP trainings, it's the first thing that we teach rapport, because without rapport, there's nothing. Like it's always the fundamental of everything that you need to build. And I think when we learn a true NLP, it's different. Like people say, oh yeah, I know about rapport. I always say you don't know anything about rapport until you study NLP, because NLP based rapport just goes to the next level, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It really does. It really does. And it's such, when you make a connection with someone that way, you just watch them light up.
Yeah.
You watch them go from this to like, oh, really?
Yeah. Like you said, the people in the bank or wherever it is, have you can touch somebody's life and change their perspective. Like, you've gone out every day to do your job, to do your thing, and impact people in a positive way. You can't ask for much more.
Well, the old saying, what's that saying, Ash? People don't care about how much you know until they know about how much you care about them. Is that how it goes? Something like that.
It's not about what you know, it's about how you make people feel. Yeah, and it is true.
Same idea.
Very good point. Suzie, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've loved chatting with you. We could probably chat for another half an hour, but we'll leave it here for today. We want people just to be able to watch all of these quick interviews, to make a decision to come watch the summit, attend the presentation, to learn more about you as a speaker, and of course what you're going to be presenting on. So if you have not already purchased your VIP ticket, we would highly recommend you doing so. Please click on the link below to do that. And Suzie Bowers, business strategist, hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, thank you so much for attending
and don't forget,
joining the summit.
Don't forget, #1 best-selling international co-author with you.
Yes, with me. And Fran and Selena. So we are in good company. So yes, you sure are. Thank you, Suzie. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for being part of the NLP.
Thanks, Ash. Thank you so much.